Imagine you're a professional athlete and it's the last day of your career. And you're starting to reflect on your career the last couple of years. And you're thinking about what have I done really well over time? What could I have done better? Did I use my time wisely? Or did I spend too much time on rather useless things like also maybe social media, phone, or your phone in general? Maybe looking for some kind of dopamine kick from time to time. So in today's video, I would like to focus on the topic dopamine detox and how much it can actually influence your career and your progress, especially when you are an athlete, an ambitious athlete, or even a pro. Welcome to today's video. My name is Steven and I help athletes become mentally strong and successful. So there are a couple of things when talking about dopamine detox that are really important actually, and that we should have or bear in mind, especially when we're ambitious athletes and time is money, let's say. So the athletes that I work together with, the pros and the ambitious one, they spend so much time actually on training, on competition, but also of course maybe on other stuff like school, studying, or maybe they even have to work when they don't have the opportunity to earn enough money with their sports. So especially when talking about ambitious or professional athletes, it's super important that we use our time wisely and that we don't waste our time on unimportant stuff like maybe on the phone or with social media. So one thing that you can actually do in the future if you want to reduce your screen time is leave your phone at home when leaving the house. That could be when you go for a walk maybe, or when you see some friends. But it could also be when you go out for a training session and you will be maybe even surprised how different actually you're going to feel during your training, also on the way to the training. And my experience is, when also discussing this with my clients, is when I get the feedback, when they say, well, I was really astonished. I was so much more focused and concentrated during training. And even though sometimes I had this feeling like, oh, I want to check my phone now and my messages. And of course they realized, oh, I don't have my phone on me or with me. But in the end, they got used to this very quickly, and it was even some kind of relief actually for them, and they were much more focused and concentrated than during the training, because there was not the, let's say, level of distraction or the potential of getting distracted by the phone and messages, phone calls, social media, etc. So that's something I would highly recommend. Leave your phone at home when leaving the house as often as you can. But even if you have the feeling, I need my phone, maybe because I need to be available, I need to call my parents later on, or I need to arrange something with a friend of mine after training to meet up for a drink, it's no problem, but try to have your phone not ready to hand. So store it maybe in a bag or something, and so that you can't just go like this and I have the phone next to me. So make it a bit more difficult for yourself to use your phone, and you will see we are some kind of lazy sometimes. So when it's too complicated, let's say, we tend to avoid grabbing after the phone. I mean, when I have it right next to me on the desk, it's super easy, of course. But when I store it in a pocket or in a bag, it's more, let's say, difficult. And I tend to say to myself, well, okay, you just have this glimpse of a second where you start thinking about it. Okay, hold on, why do I actually want to check my phone right now? Did it ring? Or did I receive a message? Did it vibrate? Or do I need to check my phone? And most of the times we realize actually no, well, there's no reason. It's just this automatism that we have in ourselves, checking our phone all the time and looking at it, even though nothing has happened actually. So that's why I would highly recommend store your phone, put it in a bag, and yeah, close the bag even. So then it's even more difficult to have your phone ready to hand. Another crucial moment when talking about dopamine detox and how we can reduce our screen time is when we feel bored. And actually this is some kind of feeling when I talk to people actually, and also to my clients, it's that there's hardly any chance actually nowadays that we feel bored, because what do we do then? Of course, we look at our phone. So when I feel bored, let's say maybe I'm sitting in a train on the way to training session or something. So what do even athletes, of course, do most of the times? They get their phone out, look at the phone, maybe scroll through social media accounts on Instagram, on TikTok, or whatever. And so we don't even have the opportunity to have the feeling to be bored, of being bored. And this is important though. Sometimes it's good to be bored and feel bored, because it makes you think also, and it even boosts our creativity. So then should you have the feeling you're bored, I would suggest the following. If you're in the train or on the bus maybe, or on the tube on the way to training, as an example, instead of looking at your phone, why don't you have a book with you and read a book maybe of one of your favorite athletes, maybe an idol even for you, and learn and get inspired by this person, or listen to some music. Or you could also maybe learn. Maybe you have to study for a next test or something. And this is really interesting when working with my clients. This happened a couple of times already, actually, that we let's say we arranged that he or she should use the time actually. Maybe it's a 30-minute ride to school in the morning, or to training, as I said, and you have this maybe every day of the week. So that's 30 minutes to training and back. So that's 60 minutes. And why don't you use that time actually to get ready and prepare for the next test that's maybe taking place tomorrow? And then the clients, they said, oh, actually that's a great idea. Maybe I should try that out. And so there was a win-win situation actually, because first of all they made the best out of the time. So the second one was they improved their grades maybe even, because they learned more regularly and were well prepared for the test. And there was even one more point that was crucial. Maybe they even got more sleep or time for recovery, because when they got home after training, they didn't have to learn anymore what they used to do, and had the opportunity to go to bed earlier. So that's something I highly recommend. Make the best out of your time. Don't waste your time on social media, on your phone. It has so many positive aspects when we manage to reduce our screen time. Another situation when for potentially getting bored is being at home, maybe after school, before our training session. So, and then what do? We grab our phone. We're ready to hand again. So why don't you use that time alternatively to prepare for your training? Think through your training. So what's the topic today? What are we going to practice? What are we looking at? So you prepare mentally, and by doing that, you're gonna potentially have a better performance in your training session, as you are just better prepared. Or you could also, let's say you go slightly early to the training ground and just do some reps for yourself, just 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, something like that. But when you add it up over time, this is an incredible number that you're gonna achieve there. So let's say, as an example, you're a football player or soccer player, and you would go to the training ground, let's say 20 minutes early. So what you do is, beforehand you warm up properly, and then you say, okay, I want to focus today, I want to focus on a free kick or penalty or some corner kicks. And you do, let's say, just 10 or 20 each day, and you have maybe 5 days a week you have a training. So just add this up, you do 10 per day additionally, then you have 50 per week. And now let's add this, and then add this up to a year. Let's say just by 50, so it's 50 by 50. That's 2,500. So that's an incredible number, and that's gonna make the difference in the long run, because you're gonna improve, and the gap between you and your teammates and, let's say, the competitors, it will get bigger and bigger over time. So I highly recommend, think about that and use your time wisely. Go to the training ground slightly early, or stay a little bit longer, and just add a few reps on a specific skill you want to improve and you want to work on. And at the end of the week, why don't you write down the time you have spent wisely, additionally, from now on, instead of wasting it on your phone, social media, etc. Add this up, and you're going to be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me actually if it's maybe a couple of hours, maybe you manage to use more wisely from now on. And add the reps also up. How many reps did you do over the last week? And how many reps did you do over the last month? And so on and so forth. And this is gonna boost your motivation. This is gonna make you feel more confident and definitely definitely happier when you see you can make a difference. And this will have of course have a great impact on your performance in the long run. So always be aware during your sports career, don't waste your time on social media and your phone. Don't spend your time on unproductive tasks. Instead, use your time wisely. Reduce the screen time. Live a bit more the dopamine detox lifestyle, and add your reps intelligently. So it mustn't be that you spend too much energy on this, but instead that you just add some reps continuously and consistently, day by day. Try to be consistent in your dopamine detox lifestyle as much as you can, and become a better version of yourself. As an athlete, and as a human being in general. And now it's your turn. Why don't you try this out, this dopamine detox approach? Let me know in the comments what you think of this and how it worked for you. Maybe you even have some additional ideas what you could do and what you would suggest to other athletes to reduce screen time and improve their performance in the long run. If you like the content, I would be happy if you hit the like button, share the content with others that might be interested in this, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye. Have a great day and see you soon. Bye.